السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. My sisters in Islam, I would like to remind everyone and reminding ourselves to seek for the knowledge, which is called al-ilm al-shar'i. It is very important, each one of us, to start digging and understanding Islam in a proper way. It's enough to have basic information. You need to understand the details more and more. And you need to seek the knowledge in a proper way. And it has its own advantage. And even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he encouraged his companions and encouraged everyone. If the person wants to have khair in his life, then let him teach other fiqh in deen. The meaning, if I need to teach, then I need to learn. Learning just from outside shelter, that was as a stage 1. Now you're more advanced, where you need to seek knowledge. And because of the knowledge, you will know what's right, what is wrong to avoid. Therefore, let us continue our magic symptoms lecture, where we stopped about the person when he eats or drink the magic, he will feel pain in the stomach, constant pain. There is no reason. If you go to the medical side or you go to the doctor, you do the CT scan, you will do everything. They will say there's nothing wrong with you. And you have a lot of pain. And you know that you're facing a lot of pain. So what is your feedback? You're gonna say, this doctor doesn't know anything. Well, welcome to the other side, where things are not the same as you think. And sometimes this person can feel like he wants to vomit with no reason, or vomiting continuously for no reason. And it increases while the ruqya starts, or it happens a lot of diarrhea the person will start feeling. There is a total pain in the head. You don't feel like hungry, you don't want to eat, there's no appetite. And also your weight, you're going to have a loss in weight. And this person feels there is a rock in the throat. It could be constant or it can be moved, especially in the ruqya time. So that's why it will make more pain. And sometimes the person will feel there is gases inside the stomach, or there is a sound that it comes from the stomach. Sometimes from the mouth, there is a bad smell that it comes. And it increases while the ruqya, when the person starts to read the Quran and the ayat in the ruqya, so there is a smell that it comes from the mouth. This is because it's eaten, because it's inside, it's not moving. The magical components is still there, it didn't come out. Either Allah Azza wa Jal, He permits that this shall come out with the passing stool, it can come out. But sometimes they're making it not to come out. It's like there is the servant who's inside holding it not to come out. Whenever it wants to come out, there is a pain. Sometimes this person can see in front of his eyes, there is like ropes tied together, like a knots. That's why in the Quran, من شر النفاثات في العقد. Uqad means the knots, the knots. يعني it's something tied. So he can see that the person who they did magic to him. Sometimes the eyes cannot see well because of the magic. There is something sheltering his eyes. And it happened to one of the people when they brought for him like a kind of a perfume to put. Whenever he puts it, it's like he sees blank. He cannot see, and he was complaining to his wife. And sometimes he feels, if you do the ruqya, you feel there is a heat inside the stomach. Or sometimes there is an itchiness in the stomach from outside with no reason. You go to the doctor as if you have infection, if you're allergic, there's nothing. Sometimes you cannot breathe well after Asr time. After Asr time, if you start feeling like there is something on top of your chest, you cannot breathe. So you have to be careful noticing yourself. Especially, it doesn't have to be all the symptoms, maybe some of the symptoms, maybe 3 to 5 symptoms. Sometimes you feel like when the ruqya happens, something is going to explode inside your stomach. Sometimes you feel pain and there is needles inside, or like a knife, somebody is tearing you apart inside your stomach in the time of the ruqya. Sometimes the face change, it can be a little bit darker than the usual one while the ruqya. So if this person, if you read the ruqya and he feels like he wants to vomit, he wants to take the component outside from his stomach, you're gonna see the change in his face and all the symptoms can go away. But if it was this magic, it is a very old one, very, very old one, so maybe even the magic component can be weak. And sometimes you can feel like there is a rush on your skin. And sometimes you feel the pain or problems in the liver or in the blood, or sometimes there is a poison inside the blood and the body. And it depends the component, how bad or what is the ingredient or how much they add the poison inside the component of the magic. It depends how dangerous it is on the person who they want to harm. Sometimes, usually, they get affected with the system of digesting the food, because it comes like a kind of a virus inside, or sometimes it can cause a cancer inside the stomach or in the colon, intestine. And sometimes you can see the person suddenly will start losing the hair in a crazy way. And maybe you can feel even some of them, they can be affected. The nails can be displaced, or it can be removed, or very easy to be removed. Sometimes even the teeth can fall down. I mean, they just want this person to be tortured till this person falls apart and dies. Al-'iyadhu billah. And there is another kind of magic where they spray it. They spray this magic, they put it in a liquid, and usually they put it in something where it is sticky, which you cannot remove it very easily in front of the house. So if this person comes and cross it, he gets for example, gets irritated, or he doesn't feel well, something will start happening. And this has happened to many cases, especially the couples. When they don't want them to be together, they do that. Suddenly the woman, she will start like screaming, she doesn't feel well, but once she exits the house, she's fine. But once she's inside the house, she's becoming crazy. So these kind of things, we need to be careful and we need to check. we need to check. Or sometimes you need to do dua between you and Allah Azza wa Jal and say, Ya Allah, show me. If there is something wrong, show me, Ya Allah. And now I'm not asking you that you shall suspect, you shall not suspect, but if you see it is happening with no reason, fights, problems, only when they gather, only in that area, but in the other areas they're just fine, then you need to dig to see what's going on inside the house. And the symptoms behind that, after doing the spraying, you start feeling like very heaviness in the feet, especially the feet, you feel heaviness in them. And you feel there is warm, that the feet are warm, or there is a heat inside in the legs, the beneath of the foot. And sometimes you're gonna feel like there is spots, purple, blue color in the legs or parts of the legs, like somebody hit you, like there is pinches. And sometimes when you read, you feel like something is like blowing in the feet or between the knees or under the knee, and you feel like you're suffocating. So you feel suffocating once you're near to the area that it has that component, especially the threshold. And then you feel like there is a kind of magnet, something that it pulls you down to the earth. So what you should supposed to do in that case? There is two sides. The side which it is related to the person that he's already affected, he shall go through a kind of a program where he needs to treat himself. Especially if he went to the doctor and they kept telling him, you don't have anything, we don't see anything. He went to another doctor, the same thing, in the third, and he knows that there's something wrong with him. And he doesn't have an explanation for whatever is happening. And he will say, it never happened to me before. This is started to happen to me now. Then you need to go under a program. You read the Quran, inshallah, with the niyyah that you put inside your heart, inshallah, that Allah Azza wa Jal will give you shifa for this. And also you need to have shower with the water that it has been, they did ruqya in it. And sometimes even you can do the ruqya inside the oil, like olive oil, you read the ruqya inside it, and then you apply it on your body. This is regarding to the person who's affected. The other side, if the house has something, inshallah, we will come that into the coming lectures to explain what to do. Barakallahu feekum wa jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you for listening. You can answer the question, the right question that we already sent it through the Telegram in the pullout. Thank you very much. Appreciated for attending. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.